Sales mindset for personal trainers. The main objective of this section is to understand how your mindset impacts your ability to present your offer confidently and remove emotional resistance to selling. So firstly, how to not need to sell. The best way to remove the fear of feeling too salesy is to set leads up ready to buy. This way, there is hardly ever a need to employ sales tactics or attempt a hard sell. So most PTs feel uncomfortable selling because they associate it with like being pushy, manipulation, or pressure. But if you think about it this way, if your product genuinely improves a client's ability to solve a real problem, then not offering it in confidently is a disservice. So if you know that you can help this client, yet you don't take the full opportunity to present that program to them confidently so they want to buy it, then you've done them a disservice because we could have helped them achieve their goal. So you are not selling sessions, you are offering a transformation. You are helping them overcome all the challenges associated with their problem, something they can't do on their own. Or if they can do it, it'll take a lot longer without you. You are selling a dream outcome. I've been saying this from Mindset Mastery onwards. So we're selling a dream outcome. You are selling a solution. You are positioning yourself as the necessary bridge from where the client is to where they want to be. The bottom line here is that if you do a good enough job of making them see you can solve their problem and the value versus cost makes sense to them, then there should be little to no reason for them not to sign up with you. So by value versus cost, what I mean is getting the client to think, is what I get worth what I pay? So is the value equal to the cost I need to pay to get it? And we will run through this exactly how to do this in this course. So you are not selling sessions, you are selling that dream outcome. So this you need to think about as we're going through this entire sales mastery course. So why you shouldn't hard sell. So in my opinion, hard selling translates to forcing or manipulating. So I would never advise you to take this approach to selling. If you force or manipulate a client into signing up, ultimately what's going to happen is you're going to damage your reputation in the gym with other members. It's going to lead to complaints, leads to refunds, leads to cancellations, and most importantly, it could negatively impact the journey that member is currently on. So if you've forced them to sign up and they weren't really interested in doing that, but you've sort of used manipulation, hard selling, that could put a bit of a sour taste in the mouth about the gym in general. So they then maybe back off from the goal they're currently trying to achieve and has a negative impact on that. So I would hope that everyone going through this course operates with integrity and honesty and isn't just out, to make a quick buck, as a term to use. The strategies I'll walk you through in this course will teach you how to help the clients see the road ahead of them, helps the client understand how painful that road will be, position you as the ideal solution to alleviate that pain, and position your program or product as a no-brainer to buy. So if you do all the right things and the client is still not in a position to buy, then continue to nurture that lead using the tips from Lead Generation Mastery. Allow them the time and the space to maybe make a decision to purchase in the future. So I've said it before, a no isn't always a no forever. It could be just not right now. It could be you've caught them on a bad day, a number of reasons. So just nurture the lead, give them the time and space they need. As long as you know you've done everything you possibly can in a professional way, then you're fine. So let's talk about the identity shift. Again, it's something we kind of went through in Mindset Mastery. Your identity determines the direction a sale will go. So if you believe that the client won't see value in your product, they won't want to sign up, they don't have that much money to spend per month. Like if you believe these things to be true, then you will subconsciously lead the sale to that conclusion. more often than not. So if you generally believe there's no value in your product, then you're not going to present it in a way that shows value to the client, so the client isn't going to want to buy it. If you believe that person doesn't want to sign up, you're not going to put every effort you can into help them see why they should sign up, if that makes sense. So a struggling PT identity looks like, I hope they sign up. A professional PT identity is, I guide people into decisions that improve their life. So think about the type of person you are when you're going into your free sessions, your goal setting sessions, assessments, consultations, anything like that. Having that positive mindset, believing that your product is the right fit for that client, if it is, and making sure you're not doing that client a disservice by not offering them the product and looking to get them signed up. This is what the attraction offer process does. It removes the need to hard sell and leads the client to understand that you are their solution. Your job is not to convince, your job is to diagnose and prescribe. Spend time uncovering the challenges that the client will face, trying to achieve their dream outcome, then position yourself as the expert they need to help them overcome these challenges. If you focus on helping them understand their problem, helping the challenges associated with the problem, and showing them you have the best solution, you will have the client as close as possible to asking you how they can work with you. So if you focus on doing these things, rather than trying to just convince them to buy, if you focus on helping them understand their problem, the challenges associated with that problem, and that you are the solution to those problems, you'll get them into a position where they're asking you what they need to do to sign up. I have found that the PTs, capital T, the PTs that struggle the most with this tend to not lead with their why. They are hyper focused on collecting clients and making money. So rather than, we spoke about this before, everything you do should be focused on why you do what you do. That should be the leading factor of every action you take. So the best PTs are the ones that do this, and they generally care and generally want to help people and find a way to help clients. The ones that I found that are hyper focused on just getting as many clients as they can and just making a ton of money and not really bothered about genuinely helping people, they're the ones that in the long run tend to struggle. Your why needs to be at the forefront of everything you do. This should be clear to you already if you've completed the Mindset Mastery modules. So your why needs to be at the forefront of everything you do. So if that is the case, doing the uncovering problems and challenges and position yourself as the best solution should come quite naturally if you know why you do what you do and you're leading with that. So here's the action task of the first module. Start with your why. In Mindset Mastery, you wrote down why you became a PT. Now let's look deeper into your why. So write down why you want to help your clients. What will happen if a client was to work with you for 90 days? What will happen if the client does not work with you for 90 days? So maybe think about the last client you signed up. So the most recent person you signed up into your business. Have a think about how their life's going to change within 90 days. Or 6 months, whichever you prefer, but just what's going to happen with their life. And what will happen if that client didn't work with you, if they didn't sign up? Where do you think they'll be in 90 days, in 6 months? So let's write those things down. So why do you want to help your clients? What will happen if a client was to work with you for 90 days? What will happen if the client does not work with you? This is your reason to present your offer, not to just get their money. So this one here is what will happen if they don't work with you. Have a think about that, because that's the impact if you don't present your offer well and position yourself as the solution they need. They could walk away, go it alone, and maybe not achieve their goal and not change their life. So have a big think about that. So let's wrap it up. So how to not need to sell. You are not selling sessions, you are selling a dream outcome. Focus on helping them understand their problem, the challenges associated with that problem, and showing them you have the best solution. So this is how you set a lead up ready to buy. Why you shouldn't hard sell, in my opinion, hard selling translates to forcing or manipulation. I would never advise you to take this approach to selling. If you force or manipulate a client into signing up, that will ultimately damage your reputation in the gym, lead to complaints, refunds, or cancellations. Most importantly, it can negatively impact the journey that member is currently on. The identity shift. Your identity determines the direction a sale will go. If you believe they won't see value in your product, then you will subconsciously lead the sale to that conclusion more often than not. Why you do what you do should be at the forefront of every action you take. And that concludes the first module in Sales Mastery. I'll see you for the next one.